Hello, Leo, and welcome. Welcome to your reading. Welcome to the channel. My name is Kelsey, and today we are doing this reading to bring forth any messages that your guides want you to know at this time, whatever time it is that you find yourself here at this reading, okay? So we're going to jump right in, Leo. We're going to start with some tarot, and then we'll shuffle out some oracle messages after that. So let's go ahead, Leo, and see what your guides want you to know right now for my beautiful Leo souls. Okay. We have the Queen of Shells with peace and compassion coming out first. I do feel like for some of my Leos here, there's something about needing comfort and this peace energy. You may be feeling very overstimulated or overwhelmed with something is kind of how I'm feeling coming into your reading. Feeling very distracted, very overwhelmed. Some of you guys, Leo, there's maybe a need to kind of work on some kind of schedule or routine. That could bring a lot of comfort for you, kind of knowing what's coming next, knowing where you're meant to be going, knowing what direction you're meant to be moving in. As well as like this need to like detox or kind of turn off the electronics, get off of social media. I feel like that's causing a lot of like distraction for you right now. Like you may get on your phone to look something up or to do some work in some way, shape, or form. And then next thing you know, you find yourself like mindlessly scrolling somewhere. Interesting. So let's go ahead and pull some more cards here. Leo. Okay. We have the Page of Shells with intuition and inspiration. Okay, so Leo, what I'm seeing is that there is almost like a sense of burnout, and your guides want you to know that that is trying to come to an end, to a close. Motivation, inspiration, imagination, creativity are all trying to come back into your life, but because you're in this kind of burnout energy, there's a need to get yourself into a state of being where you're able to receive these energies instead of like constantly spending the fuel that you don't have. It's like one drop gets put in your gas tank and then you try to drive another mile. I hope that makes sense for you. So there is a need to slow down, for stillness, to kind of disconnect from the world around you or from, social media. Really come into yourself, into your own space, rest, rejuvenate. Come back to center. Okay, Leo. And then we also have the 9 of Acorns with power and perseverance. Yeah, so perseverance doesn't mean to keep going when you need rest or to keep moving or pushing forward. Perseverance means not giving up, but it doesn't mean burning yourself out, Leo. Okay, I feel like for some of you guys, this may be kind of a subconscious, maybe like belief pattern that was instilled in you, maybe at a young age, that your strength or your power or your value is determined by how much you get done or how you keep moving or how you never ask for help or, those kind of energies. And your guides are kind of asking you to break that pattern, break that cycle, break that kind of way of living and give yourself the time and space and energy that you need to be at a full tank. Okay? So rejuvenate, replenish, fill yourself up, fill your own cup, Leo. You don't have anything to prove to anybody. Okay? Trust yourself. Trust yourself, Leo. Let's go ahead and pull some more cards here. What else does Leo need to know? What else does Leo need to know, please? Breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. Yeah, so there's really a need to, again, kind of let go of that control. You may find that you like consider yourself very detail oriented, or OCD, or anything like that, where you need things to be a certain way and you need other people to do things in the same way that you would, or you'll just do it yourself, or, you know, it's like that kind of energy that you're really being asked to release and to trust in the universe, right? If we think about nature, a lot of the times, you know, we're told to zoom out. We're told to look at things from the bigger picture. And sometimes that's helpful, but sometimes it's helpful as well to kind of zoom in all the way on nature and kind of see the levels of unfolding that have to happen in order for all of the smaller pieces to fall into place for the bigger picture. Okay, it's good to be aware of those things, but there's also a need to trust that those things are going to happen, whether or not you're right there babysitting it or not. I hope that makes sense for you. Let's pull another card for Leo, please. The Seas of Mintaka, seeing potential and bringing unconsciousness to light. Yeah, I feel like that's just confirmation here for you, Leo, to really kind of become aware of the unconscious patterns that are kind of controlling you right now, that are keeping you stuck in this mindset or this belief system, that are keeping you in this kind of habit of micromanaging, of controlling, of needing things to be a very particular way. Interesting. So there's definitely a need to like kind of let go of this control. It's wearing you out. We have the frog spirit with renewal, and also look, we have the frog right here. So the frog spirit with renewal, the frog is a very slow transformation, okay? So there's a need to kind of be okay with that, to be okay with things happening slowly, to slow down, to allow transformation and trust that the transformation is going to happen regardless of whether you're trying to micromanage every little part of the process or not. There's a huge, huge message here from your guides to slow down, trust the process, pour into yourself. A need for renewal, a need for replenishment. And we have the stag spirit with leadership. So leadership and control aren't the same thing, Leo. Leadership and micromanaging or hovering or like that helicopter mom energy are not the same thing. Leadership is more of a personal power, right? With this 9 of Acorns, we have this power and perseverance. So leadership is this personal power to do things in a way that influences, that motivates others to want to follow you. Not trying to micromanage the shape of the line, right? I hope that makes sense for you. So there's almost like this idea of like hyper focusing or like fixating on maybe the wrong parts of certain situations, parts that don't actually, I don't want to say they don't matter, because obviously they matter to you, but parts that aren't influential to the final outcome, like how straight the line behind you is not going to determine how great of a leader you are, right? Let's pull you one final message, Leo. One final message for my beautiful Leo souls. Any last guidance or advice for my Leo souls, please? We have ripple outward with self-heal, okay? Create a ripple effect. When you drop that one drop of gasoline that you have back into yourself and you begin to replenish and renew yourself, you begin to create this ripple effect and you begin to affect the people around you. You begin to become that leader that influences and motivates and inspires people to follow you, to follow suit, to support you, instead of being so focused on trying to contain all of the water, right? We're not the container. Be the water, not the container. I hope that makes sense. But this is what I'm seeing. I'm going to go ahead and leave this here for you, Leo. If you enjoyed this reading, if it resonated with you, if it brought you value, please hit that like button, as it truly does help to support the channel. Comment down below, let me know what you thought of this reading, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I thank you so incredibly much for joining me here today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.